Okay. So till now, we have covered client server, the concept of client server. Then we have seen the architecture of the client server, how it's work in different layer. Then we have completed the API. Okay, what is API? We have the understanding. Okay, then we know the benefits of API testing with the real life example, how it's work. Correct. Then we have gone through the types of web service API, that was SOAP and REST. We know the basic difference between SOAP and REST. Correct. Correct, everyone. We know the
Yes, sir.
difference.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we just gone through the difference between web services and API. This was the vital part where we have gone through with different example, real life example. Correct. Anyone has doubt in web services and API till now?
नहीं भाई, नहीं नहीं.
Okay.
All good,
Okay.
sir.
All good. Afsa, can you just tell me what is the real life example of web service and API?
मेरे को बोल रहा है.
No, not you. Afsa, are you there? I think she is not available. Okay, Akmal, you can try.
Web service is basically when it is basically host on the internet, and it's communicate between two machines. And API is something that communicates between two applications, and it is can be online and can be offline.
Yeah, means it required internet. It cannot be with. It can work without internet as well. Correct. Correct. Okay. If you move further, then we have gone through like just hold on. Then we have gone through REST API HTTP method, the different type of method we will be using, correct, in our Postman, that is get, post, put, delete. We know the functionality of get, post, put, delete. Okay, and we have one more, that is patch. So we know what is the difference between put and patch as well. The basic difference, that for patch we will be sending for that particular field only, but when we are doing a put, means to update, we need to send whatever the field we are using, okay, to update that particular element. Okay, then moving forward, we have covered HTTP and HTTPS difference. What is the basic difference between HTTP and HTTPS? Then we have covered URI, URL, and URN. So we know very well how it is different from each other. Okay, so the name only suggests URL means the locator. So we reach to a particular place, correct? And URN means when we try to identify a particular person at that point of location, then we use URN. Okay, so we know the differences, and URL and URN is the combination create URI, unique resource identifier, correct? Okay, no doubt till here. Anyone has any doubt?
नहीं भाई.
Okay.
I have
No,
a
no, no.
question, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, endpoint or URL is the same thing?
No, endpoint is different, URI is different. URI is basically when you are searching for something and for a particular resource. Okay, so it is a combination of both. Means I am just giving you a real life example. Suppose you are going to Big Bazaar, and to a in Big Bazaar we have a rice store, correct? There all type of rice are available. So we reach till there, correct? Now
Yes.
there are different varieties of rice available. So which rice you want, you need to add on that is urn. Then you have to add the name that I want this particular rice. Okay, so this is url and urn. And when we move to endpoint, so endpoint is nothing, it's a locator. Okay, means like suppose what happens, suppose you are working for gmail. Okay, you are
Okay.
working for gmail. Okay,
Okay.
so gmail is the host name. Okay, gmail is the host name. So gmail is what, you know very well that whatever you are going to do, you will be doing at gmail only. The host name is common because you will be working in team, correct? Now you have gmail. So even like you are doing the get request, I am performing a different module, you are performing a different module. Like uh, we have send button, send option there, we have compose mail, different module we can see in the gmail. So there are different modules. So suppose you are working for a particular module that is compose mail. Okay, you are checking the functionality of compose mail, and I am working for like send option, that is different module. So but the host is common. If I am not wrong, the host name will be common for you and me as well, because we both are working for gmail, correct?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so when the host name is same, so we will know very well, okay, this is the host name, we are going to perform for this one. Okay, okay, now after that the parameter, that is the after that the locator will be different, correct? We have the locator, like you will be working for compose mail, then it might be gmail / compose. Okay, that kind of, that is the endpoint that you can see here, api under /product. And for me, gmail is same, then /send, correct, it will be send. That particular send is my locator, that is the endpoint for me, because I will be working at send. Your will be compose mail /compose mail, you will be working at compose mail. So if the endpoint is different for everyone. Okay, and we add that endpoint with the host name, that is http gmail.com / your host name will be what, compose, and whatever so on, whatever you will be doing so on, it will be adding on. And in the same way, when I start working for a particular module, what will be the we have an endpoint, that is send. Okay, what, why my will be the url, that is http and gmail.com is common, then I will give / and I will add my uh, endpoint, that is send. Okay, because I will be working for send module, so it is giving a different endpoint, that I will just, it is a locator that you will work for this particular thing. So you can just see the definition, endpoint is a locator from which api can access the resource. Okay, and we will perform those functions. Any doubt?
No, sir. Now it's
Okay,
clear.
okay. Then we have gone through payload. Payload is nothing, it's just a body where we will send something or we will receive something and nothing else. In a JSON format or XML format or a text format, it can be. But mostly we will be seeing in the JSON format only. Okay, the whole throughout we will be going through JSON format. So payload is nothing, you just need to understand it is a body. Okay, where whatever the message we are going to pass or whatever the message we are will be receiving from the in the form of response from the server. Okay, then we have covered JSON. So JSON was nothing. Okay, so JSON is nothing, is a type of file format or data format, we can say, correct? And in this, it contains key and value. We write JSON format in the way of key and value. Okay, we use JSON just because it is very lightweighted, and here transformation of file between client and server is very fast, and we can the response we get is very quick. Okay, so this is the reason we use JSON. And we have also gone through like different type of JSON we have, like if we want to use string, number, object, array, boolean, null, how we will be writing those things. Any doubt in like JSON format data? Any doubt?
नहीं मेरे नहीं.
Okay, then moving forward, we have like gone through like JSON path. if we write the JSON, then we need to find the path as well for particular field. Okay, if you want to move to a particular field and fetch like what is the value for that particular key. Okay, like suppose you want to search for a course, suppose you want to search for a name, the last name of that particular object or particular element, then you just need to follow the path. Okay, then you move to that particular field, then you just give the field name. Okay, I want the last name, then you get the last name. So this is the way I have shown you like how to move through JSON path and find the JSON path. If it is complicated, you can use different tool. I have suggested you the different tools, that is JSON path finder and JSON path. But at least the basic way of finding you should know, because in the interview that they can give you the basic ones, but for the complicated one you can just use all these tools. Okay, now from today we will be starting the Postman. Okay, everyone has downloaded the Postman?
हाँ भाई.
Everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now what is Postman? So Postman is just a tool. Okay, it's just a tool like the several tools available for us. It's an open tool. Okay, open source tool available. We just download it and we perform API testing on it. That is the manual testing we can perform in APIs. APIs testing manually we can perform in Postman. Okay, so we have like different kind of tools available. In the same way, API is also Postman is also available. And for what is the use of Postman? So to perform the API testing on it. Okay, if you see the diagram, if you open your Postman, it will look like this only. Okay, the
Shahid,
UI. Yeah.
Shahid, can you just maximize your screen? Can you just go to the slideshow mode?
Yeah, I will just open my Postman and let you know like how this look like.
Payload Postman में बनता है क्या?
Yeah, correct. Payload is made in Postman only. These are the terms. That's the reason I have told you all these terms like JSON, payload, request, web service, endpoint. All these terms now you will be using in Postman. Those were the concept and the terms we will be using in Postman. So Postman is just a tool. Okay, you just need to understand it's a tool where we perform the API testing. Okay, now. Okay, now it's better. It's better like Faizan, can you just share your screen? I'm just you just share your screen so that everyone can see the initial like way to use the Postman.
Okay, can you just give me a second? Actually, I'm using a different laptop. Just a second.
Yeah, sure. And if you're not like, if you are not any others have like almost everyone has downloaded, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shahid.
Okay,
Able-
Faizan has.
Able
Okay.
to see the screen?
I'm not able to just share your screen.
Yeah, just let me know if able to see the screen. Can someone see my screen? Hello, Shahid.
Yeah.
Able to see my screen?
No, I'm not able to.
Okay. So I'll just brief. Others, are you able to see my screen?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Let it be. I am only sharing my screen. Okay.
Just a second, Shahid. Just a second. I think I just got this one. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can able.
Okay. So this is the first window that everyone will see who actually haven't done anything on their system. So this is going to be the very first view of your application, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now, once you open the Postman, like the process, I have given you the step to download and to install the Postman. Once you complete whole process, the first window means the first time when you open, you will be able to see this screen. Okay. So there are also some basic 3 or 4 terms you just need to understand. Okay. So once you start, in everywhere we need a space. Okay, that call a workspace. Correct. where we will perform all these things, where we will be storing whatever we are doing, correct? Whatever the script, whatever the code, whatever the request we are doing, where it will be stored. So for that particular things, we have a term and we have a thing present in this Postman, that is workspace. Okay, so first we need to create a workspace. Are you able to see in the screen, like Faizan is highlighting the workspace? Okay, so workspace is nothing. Workspace is an area where you maintain the file or you save all the files. Okay, or all the requests or the script are stored. Okay, so once you click, okay, in the top, can you just click on the workspace just beside home? In the top we have, yeah, just click on it. Now we have a option, create workspace. Okay, so you will be clicking on this. Okay, these are the steps to create the workspace. Okay, follow this step properly. Okay,
Just repeating again, Shahid. Okay,
yeah,
for a
sure.
bit. Okay, so we'll just go to the workspace here. If you see on top, if you can just look at my cursor movement. So here on top, if you see, this is the workspace area that we are going to, and then we are just clicking over here, and then we have a button here called as create workspace. So when you click on this create workspace, you have this particular page that is displayed on the screen. This particular page will be open for you as well.
Correct. Now
Okay.
here you just need to give the common basic, like what it will be the workspace name. Summary you can give, like you are just practicing anything. It's up to you. Like here you can give anything, demo APIs, or the first thing, anything you can give. Now here you can give the summary, my first class of API, anything you want. If you don't give, it's fine. Even if you want to give, you can give it. Then there are several options right now, whether it's a personal, okay, it's a team, it's public, partner, all these things are available. So right now we are using as a personal. Okay, when you will work in for the like office, then we will be using teams. Okay, it will be already decided. Okay, it's not like you will be doing all these things. When you will get the Postman application at like in the company, it will already set like how the things will work on, whether it will be a teams, whether it will be only personal. If you are only the single guy working on Postman, it might be that it will be a personal. Okay, and you can make it public as well. So public, in this case we will make public, so that if we share our script with someone, okay, then it will be available. Or if we do like, if we put all these things in the GitHub, it will be available for everyone. So we will use public, or we can use personal. So let's use public, so that in future if we share our APIs or you need to share to me, that can be easily done. Okay, so we will be selecting public and we will click on create workspace option. So kindly click on it. Now you all can see we have a workspace name as demo API. So this is the workspace. Okay, so first thing we have learned on Postman, that is what? That is
How to
workspace.
create a workspace.
Okay, so and how to create a workspace. So if you know very well now what is workspace. So workspace is just an area or the where we store file or all the script are being stored or maintained. Okay, and the way of creating the workspace, you know very well. You just need to go to the workspace, and then you need to click on the create workspace. Then you need to fill the basic details, and then again you will be clicking on the, yeah, click on that one, click on that one. Then again you will be just, if you want to create more workspace, like for different if, like suppose you are working for two different module, you want two different workspace. Or if you want, if you are working for two different projects, like you are working for Gmail, you are working for Flipkart, then you can create two different workspace. It will be separated, like Flipkart is in different workspace and Gmail is in different workspace. You can create n number of workspace as per your requirement. Okay, and you will be choosing as per the things like personal, teams, whatever you feel like, how the things will be going in future. In that way you need to select here and you will be creating. And now as we are working as for us for learning, we will create, using create workspace after filling all the details. Okay, okay, so this was the basic thing of workspace. Now, if you want to delete a workspace, how you will be deleting the workspace? Okay, fine. Can you just click on that home? I think. Can you just click on the home? Now go and select the this one. So this is the home page. Okay, this is the home page. Recently, whatever you have done, you can see recently visit workspace. Okay, all these things, and I think you have already a predefined my workspace. Okay, all these things you can see here. Now, can you just select the workspace? So these are the basic, like how you will be user friendly with the things. Okay, now, okay, just hold on. Can you just click okay, now can you just click on that plus arrow just beside collection at the left side, left side of your collections? Not there.
Yes, exactly.
It's just like create a collection of your request. You have a create collection option. Can you see create collection option?
Should I move my mouse to the right or left?
It's towards left. Yeah,
Down.
yeah. Okay, now just hold on. Now we have created a workspace. Okay, so workspace is created where all the things will be stored. Now there is a term, we have a term collection. Okay, so collection basically means where we can put n number of things. It is a collection of something, it is a collection of something, correct? So collection means it will store n number of requests. Okay, so we will be performing number of requests, correct? Like we have gone through put, patch, get, post, delete, all this type of requests. These are the requests, correct? Whatever we will be doing, we will be sending as a request to the server, correct? Till now it is fine. Why it is request? The name is request is why? Because whenever we what we do, first we always make a request, then only we get the response. If you don't make any request, there is no response you will get, correct? So the name is only, it's a request. So first it is a the first term you can see is collection. Okay, so collection is nothing. Collection contains number of folder or http request. Okay, it is a kind of sub we can say it is a kind of sub module where you are going to store your all requests. Suppose now I'm explaining this thing why we are having a collection. Okay, suppose we have like again we start with a same example, that is Gmail. Okay, suppose me, Faizan, Akmal, all of these are working for Gmail. Okay, working for company Gmail. Okay, and this is in this Gmail what happened, like we have different module. We have compose, we have send, we have inbox, we have start, different module we have. Okay, suppose I am working for compose mail, Faizan is working for the send option. Okay, send module. Akmal is working for inbox. Okay, some other is working for like start. There are different module we have. So we should separate all the modules. Okay, because different module will be having its endpoint, different endpoint, because for my endpoint will be something different with yours, because my is compose mail, and whatever the compose mail inside compose mail, I will just be looking for that one. For the send option, Faizan will be just going inside the send, and whatever the functionality for the send, he will be just looking for that one. So he will be having his own endpoint. So in this way, we are separating our request. Okay. So what we will are going to do now, we have a workspace. Okay. Okay. Now that workspace means it is a workspace for Gmail. Suppose this is a workspace for Gmail. Now Gmail has different modules. We have, as I have told you, the compose mail, the inbox, the send, the start, delete, everything. Okay, so we will creating a collection. So can you just click on collection? Click on it. Okay, So you just need to give the collection name here. Once you click on this, you will be the collection, new collection is highlighted. You can just give a particular name. Okay, you can give your name as per your requirement when you will be at working for any like project. But right now, let's give any name, my first collection, anything, my collection 1. Just give my collection 1. Okay, and if you just click on 3 dots, just go towards that, you have a 3 dots, and I think you it's already saved. Okay, it's already saved. Okay, now you have created a what? Now what we have created?
Collections.
Collections, correct. So we have created a collections. Why we have created collection? Because in a single project we have different modules. So for separating those modules, okay, and those modules will contain different requests, so we will be using our own collections. Okay, so suppose this is collection 1 is for my, collection 2 is for Faizan, collection 3, whatever you will, you can give the name. Okay, you can just give name as compose, compose, send, inbox, if you take example of Gmail. Okay, now can anyone tell me what is a collection?
Collection is used for separating modules.
It is the
Basically a group of API request.
correct. It is basically a group of API requests, because collection term only means we will be collecting something. It will have collection of something. So once you can see at the left side, you have my collection with a drop down, and it contains, this collection is empty. If you can see, can you just scroll down towards this one? This collection is empty. Add a request to start working. Correct. Now whatever we have created right now, it's a collection, and this collection has nothing, because collection is just a it will contain n number of requests, or it can contain folder which contain number of requests. Okay, so now first moving towards, we will just moving forward with request. Now you can understand what is a collection. So collection is just, it will contain number of requests. Okay, so now can you just tell me, can you just add a request? Click on a request. Okay, so once you click on a request, again you can modify. Okay, it is a new request, you can give the whatever the name you want, as per, like suppose first request we will made is get request. Make a get request. Faizan, can you just give the name as get? Yeah, get request. So can you just tell me, Adil, what is the use of get?
Hello. So basically, we use get method to read particular data.
Correct.
Read.
To fetch the data. Okay, so here we have the first request what we are going to make is for get. Okay, so in that we have the drop down. So I have told you, basically we have n number of HTTP methods, but basically we will be using only 4 or the 5th one. Okay, the get, post, put, patch, delete, and rest we will be not using, because by this only we can cover our whole functionality. Okay, so right now our first is get. So when you are performing different method, you will be selecting all this from the drop down. So first, my method name is, we have given the method name as request get. Okay, now we have selected the drop down as get. Now we have to give the URL. Okay, so URL we have to give it. Okay, Faizan, I am just sending you one link. You just take the help from this.
Share in the group only, Shahid.
Yeah, I will share in the group only. in the starting phase, we will be taking the help because these are the fake APIs. Okay, these are the web services which are available, fake web services API available. Okay, so can you just open this link and show everyone? Okay, these website we will be using to just explore different type of HTTP method. Can you just go down? Go down. Okay, the first thing you can see, get. You can see the method, it is already given get, and it is showing what it will be user list users. Okay, now you can see the request. Can you just click on that request? Okay, just hold on. First I will explain each and everything here. So we have request, don't go down. Okay, this will be the request. Then you have response. Okay, so response, like what you will get in the response from the, okay, these are the response code. Okay, we will discuss this after completing all these things. We will discuss about HTTP request, like HTTP response code. So what response code you will be getting from the server? Okay, and request, like what you need to pass in the URL, and this is the body, like how you will get the response from the server. In this way, in the JSON format, you will be, because what you are doing right now, you are performing get, means you want something from the server, you want something from the database. So this will be the output you will be seeing. So can you just click on that request? Just click on that request. Yeah, click on it. Can you just copy the URL from there? Whole, just you will get HTTP as well. Just click once, click one more time. See the whole URL now you are getting. Copy that whole URL. Move to the Postman. Can you just paste the URL there? Now moving forward, can anyone explain this URL? How, what is URI, what is URN, what is URL here? Samsad, I think you have raised your hand. Samsad, any doubt?
No, Shahid.
No, sir.
Adil, I think you also raised your hand. Any doubt?
No, sir, I'm telling you, without HTTP, both contain URL.
Yeah, means if we just separate HTTPS, then from requeue.in API user question mark page equals to 2 is URN. Correct. Then what is URL here?
HTTP with API, I think endpoint is API.
Okay.
No, before no question mark.
sign.
Question mark.
Before question mark, it will be the URL.
URL.
Okay. From HTTP till URL is the sorry, from HTTP till user it is the URL, and whole means from HTTP till the page is the URI, and it is also known as URL because basically we use URL every time. So once we have given the URL for this particular request, okay, this is the request we will be using. Now can you just click on save button? Okay, now click on send. Once you send, can you just scroll up a little bit, or just, yeah. Now can you just see this? This is the response. Okay, first you just focus on status. Okay, can you just see the status code 200? Okay, at the top, yeah, there only you can see the status code 200. Okay, so as in the website it was already mentioned that we will be getting the response as 200. So we are getting the response as 200. It means whatever we are getting is correct. Okay, we are getting correct. Now can you just move again? And in this way you will be getting the JSON format response from the server. So see, you have searched for page number 2. You can see you have made a filter. Question mark means filter. Okay, means you are adding a filter that I want page number 2 users. Okay, only page number 2 users. As you can see, question mark page equals to 2. It means we have a API which contains n number of user in different page, but from different page I want only the users from page number 2. So you will be getting all this type of URL. Don't worry about the URL. You just need to understand this URL will give list of user which belongs to page number 2. So now you can see, as in the body you have got page number 2. Can you just go up top? Yeah, page number 2. Per page it will contain 6. Total number is means total number is 17. Total page is 2. Okay, data, and in this data, what are the data? It start with ID 7, ID 8, and it contain email ID, first name, last name, all these things it contains. Okay, now you can just see the response. Okay, any doubt till now?
नहीं भाई.
Anyone?
What you told 17?
17, all these things are like whatever the developer has done. Okay, means whatever the developer has built, it means like it will be the page, it will be in the page 2. Total number of like user is 17. All these things
Like
like
that is 12, not 17. That is why they are confused. It is 12.
Okay,
Maybe.
sorry. Okay, it's small here. I am not able to see it properly. So 12 means like how many total number of users. It is all these things means done by development team. Okay, so is it correct or not? If I am in the like page number 2, it should contain, because the first page will contain 6 and the next page will contain 6. So total number till now user is 12. All these things means all these things you will get as a response, and now you need to validate. Okay, if developer says once you make a request it should get 12, total number of user 12. Now you can validate, okay, whether the total number is 12 or not. So these kind of validation we will do in upcoming classes. Now you just see like how we have done the get request. So get request, what we have gone through in the previous class, get will give us the or fetch us the data from the server. Now you can fetch the data and you can see the data as a response, and it will be in the JSON format. Fine. Anyone has any doubt till now?
No.
Okay, till now no doubt. Okay, so now what we have done is like we have created a collection, we have created the workspace, we have created a request. Okay, now there are several things we can perform in this end before like just moving to post, delete, okay, put, all these things. If like suppose you want to delete a particular workspace, can we delete a workspace?
Yes.
Yes.
How? So click on the workspace. You just click on the workspace name. Yeah. Now can you just see that you have a workspace setting? Okay, all this thing what I am telling is just like these all things you will not be required in day-to-day life. Okay, it might be in once on a time you will be needing this thing to delete a workspace. It will be not even allowed you. If the company will not even allow you to delete any workspace. But all these things we are learning for our purpose. Okay, so that if you just want to explore each and everything properly, you will be doing all these things. So now first what we have done, we have created a workspace. So workspace is nothing, is it contains the file or where we store all type of test script or the request. Correct? So we have created a workspace. What was the name of that workspace? What is the name
Demo
of that
API.
workspace.
Demo API.
So now suppose you want to delete that demo API. Suppose you want to rename that demo API. There are lots of things we can perform. So we will start with the small thing. Okay, if you directly delete that workspace, it will be like no of other thing will be also vanish with the my collection, that is the collection name and the request. So we will be deleting first. So what are the things we can do at request? So can you just click on that request? First select the request. The first request that we have done is the request to get. So once you go to the request, you will be having that 3 dots. You just go there. No, not there. Here also you can do it from there also. Can you just go inside the my collection? Then go inside my collection and go just down to the get request. Go to get request. Not there, just down the my collection, yeah. And you can see you have 3 dots here. Can you just click on that 3 dots? Now you can see in these 3 dots we can make duplicate of that particular request. Suppose almost the things are same. Okay, you want the duplicate of that one, so you can duplicate, you can rename. Okay, these are the options available. So what you can do, you can rename that request. If you want to rename, no, this name is now not suitable, I want to change the name, you can directly just click on this 3 dot and change the name. Then what you can do, you can create duplicate of that one, means exactly same thing will be created inside that particular collection only. And we have the option if you want to delete that request. Okay, so if you want to delete that request, kindly delete on click on that button. So you will be deleting that one. Click on it. Okay, now can you press on delete, it will be deleted from the collection. Now you can see again the collection is blank, there is nothing. Correct? Now suppose you want to do some action with collection. So whatever you can do with request, I have shown you. You have a when you will just select that particular request, you will be clicking on 3 dot. So you can just rename, duplicate or delete. Whatever you want to do, you can perform it from there. In the same way, just select the my collection one, that is the collection. You have 3 dots. Now here we have lots of things we can perform here. So basically what we can perform, the most common things we perform is rename, duplicate, export. Export also we can do, means export if you want to send to somewhere, or if you want to save this file in your local. Okay, so you can export it to your local. If you want to export it to your GitHub, you can export it using this thing. Okay, we will be doing all these things, okay, when it is required. Right now I am just showing what are the things you can perform with in this. Okay, so you can add a folder also. If you go at the top, you have add request, you can add the request from here as well. Okay, means the HTTP request you are going to perform inside this particular collection, that is get, post, put, delete, patch, whatever. You can add n number of requests here. You can edit, means you can edit the name. Okay, you can run the collection, means it is all we will do. Like if you want to run the collection as a whole, means suppose this collection contain 5 requests and you don't want to run one, you want to run all the requests at one go, then you can directly run the collection rather than running the request. Okay, all these things we will be going and performing these things. No worry about, like I am just telling you what are the things we can just do in this part. So we can request, we can add folder, we can make duplicate, we can export. Now can you just click on the delete? We can delete as well. You can just delete this one. Okay, now what next? We are left with only the workspace. So workspace, how we can delete the workspace as well? So we have workspace setting. Can you just see at the right side we have workspace setting. So once you click on workspace setting, click on it. Okay, and you can see it is a public. As you can see, it's a public. Okay, You just need to like give something. You have selected public. What it is saying, workspace cannot be deleted. Change visibility to delete into workspace. You can just update. These are the update. Now, as it was public for everyone, now you can just change like what are the type, like it's personal. So now you can just change it and delete the workspace. When you will click on delete my workspace, it will be, you just need to enter the workspace name exactly the same way. The what is the workspace name? Exact same name, demo API. You will be, and if it is exactly same, it will delete. Otherwise, it will give a warning message to enter the name properly. Till now, any doubt like how to create a workspace, how to create a collection inside that workspace, how to add request inside that collection, how to delete, how to rename, and how to delete like request, collection, and this workspace. Any doubt till now? Anyone?
No, sir, no doubts.
Okay, can is Faizan, you can just stop sharing. I will be now sharing my screen.
Done, sir.
Any doubt till now? Like how the things goes on, how like first we have gone through the main thing, like how the Postman UI look like. We have their workspace. We have created the workspace. We know like what is the use of workspace. Workspace is just area where we will be like having all the files or all the test script or the request. It will be storing or maintaining. Then we have collections. Okay, inside the workspace we like create, and we can create number of like collections, correct? So why we create collections, you know the reason. Okay, they will not ask like why we are creating number of collection or all. These are like the why we do. I am just telling you. Okay, so we have different collections just because to separate out the modules. Okay, then what collection means, like collection is nothing. Once they ask like what is collection, then you can just define collection is nothing. It contains number of folder or HTTP request. It contains number of requests. Okay, now once you have created the collection, we can just add request inside that collection. We can add n number of requests. So first request what we have added, that was get. Okay, how to get the data from the server. Okay, so for that we will be needing the details. So as we are not having any project with us, so we will be using the fake APIs which are available on the internet. So one website I have given you. Okay, we have shared in the group. So we will be just going through. It will give the details like what method you need to use, what will be the URL, what will be the response code, and what kind of body you will be receiving from the server. And we will perform everything one by one, like post, git, everything we will perform right now. So you can just see all this thing. Okay, now we have created, we have got the response, everything we have done. Then after that, what we have done, we have gone through the request. Once you want to just change the name, you can just create a duplicate of that particular request. You have that, you select that one, you have three dots, and the drop down will come, and you can select the whatever you feel like. And if you want to delete, you can delete. Again, once you delete all these things, you are left with the collection. In the collection, what you can do, you have several options. What you can do, you can add from the drop down as well request. You can add the folder inside that collection. Okay, we will be just going like how we will use folder as well. Okay, then what you can do, you can do export, means if you want to save that particular collection at your local, you can do that as well. You can share with your friend. You will get okay, you can just upload in the github. Then what you can do, you can just rename it, you can just delete it. Okay, you can just make duplicate of the collection, because if might we are using the same type of collection, you just suppose okay there will be some several changes. let me just make a duplicate rather than writing the whole means like suppose a collection name send. Okay, if you go again with a example with Gmail, like you are working for a Gmail send module, so you have a collection name send. Okay, Gmail send, and inside that there are n number of like thousands of requests. Okay, you are performing, and suppose you got a chance to work for outbox. Okay, we have also I think outbox in the Gmail, so you got a chance to okay work for that module as well. So what you did, you will not, you will be again writing the whole script. If you see like okay everything remains the same, I need to only change few things, then what you can do, you can create duplicate of it and make some small changes in the request as per requirement, rather than writing creating a new collection, rather than adding new yeah Afsa, I will be explaining the things again. Just let me complete this one. So we make a duplicate and we make a small changes, and again we can run that collection. Okay. Now moving forward, one if you delete the collection, we will left with only the workspace. So workspace also you have seen like we can edit the workspace, and last we can delete the workspace by giving the workspace exactly name. Okay. Any
Side
doubt?
by.
Yeah. Sorry.
So if you made a, if you said na, you can made a copy of the collections.
Yeah.
So if you made a copy of the collection and been performing some operations on the copy element, then it is going to affect on the original collection or not?
No. Why it will? You have now copy of it. Okay, means you have duplicate of it. If you just like if you have a 10 rupees note, if you have a 10 rupees note and if you xerox that 10 rupees note, make a copy of it. So if you like even uh, if you write something, okay, if you suppose if you write something on that 10 rupees note, the xerox 10 rupees note, it will not affect the original one, correct? Because it's a
Yes,
duplicate
correct.
one. In the same way. Okay, Afsa, what was your doubt? Get something you have written in the chat, I think. Just let me check. Can you just explain how to get the request? Yeah, we will be doing all this thing. It was just because at my end, my workspace was created, everything was created. It is just the reason I have told Faizan to do all these things, because it whenever you will be doing for the first time, all these things you should know: workspace, collection, request, and rest. Now everything will remain same. Okay, Afsa, for you, like again, I will be I think my screen is here. So now, are you able to see my Postman? Everyone, are you able to see my Postman?
Yes, right.
Apsa, I
Yes.
think it's your doubt. You should tell. Where are you? I'm not able to hear your sound. Voice, where are you?
She's there, Shahid. Maybe she's not audible. She's unmuted, but she's not audible. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I think there is some technical issue. Okay. Okay. So till now we have covered all these things. Now I will be just performing all these 4 important HTTP method at my end. You will be just seeing one by one, and if you will have any question, you can just raise it there only. Okay, no need of like waiting for me to complete, because it will be then and there only, because I will be performing it all these things in the practical way. So again, it's better for me to create a collection. Okay, so here if you will see in this plus tab, when you click on this plus tab, you can create a new collection. See, you are getting create new collection. When I will click here, new collection name, so I will be just deleting and adding the okay, I have given the collection name as Regrow Tech Day 1. Okay, now when we go inside this, if you click on this Rigro Tech day 1, so this is the collection name. Be careful what is collection. I have told you several times, collection is the like containing n number of requests. Okay, so now this collection is empty right now. Okay, so what we can do, we can add a request. We can add a request from here, and also from here in this 3 dot we have this one, add request. Okay, add request. So if you click here, automatically you will be able to see all these things. So suppose my first request I want to get is to get. Okay, so as per your requirement you will be giving the request name. Okay, so like suppose my first one is get user. Okay, get users. So first what I will be doing, I have given, because in the first I want to get all the user details from the server. So in this way I have given the name, and from this drop down I will be selecting what type of HTTP method we are going to get something from server. What we use, what type of HTTP method we are going to use? Get. So from the drop down I will select get, and it is like already selected. It's a pre-default get is there. Now what you have to enter, you have to enter the URL, because without URL how you are going to perform all these things? We are going to reach to that particular user. Okay, so I have told you for the initial phase we will be using this website. Okay, so this website you can see list users, we will be using get. So we will be clicking on this one, so to get the full okay URL with HTTP. Once you click here one more time, so you will be copying this one. Okay, now we will be moving back to the Postman, and we will be pasting it here, the URL. Okay, so I have told you like what is the URL, URN and URI here. Okay, so we can save it right now. Okay, once you are done with something you can click on save button, it will save it. Now you should know the details what it is going to do. Okay, so as you know the method is already get, it means it will give list of user. Okay, and you know like this will be your URI. And see one more thing, the endpoint question. So this is the endpoint. Okay, because req.in okay is already is common throughout. Okay, this is the host name which will be common throughout. So endpoint is something, it will give the locator for that particular, because you know you are working for req. Okay, every time it will come www.req.com, www.req.com, every time it will come, because it's a host name, you are working for that particular application. So this is the endpoint. See, you can see the endpoint right now, /API user then question mark page equal to 2. Okay, this is the endpoint. Okay, now we will move forward. So what we will get as a response, we will get 200 as a response code. 200 if you will get, it means it's a successful. And in this you can see this whole this JSON body, this will be the response we will be getting from the server. So if you are getting all these things in the payload that we have talked about, that payload, that is the body, you can see all these things we are getting from the server. So now we have added all these things. Now what we will do, we'll do what, we will just click on send. Once we click on send, see first what we can see, the status code. It's very important. The first verification point is the status code. Status code is the first verification point. Now you can see the status code is 200, that is okay. Okay, the thing is that it was also telling that we will be getting 200. Now we are getting 200 as the status code. Fine. And it also mentioned that you will be getting the page 2 user list. Page 2 user list. So here you are getting page is 2. Per page it containing 6 element. Total is 12. total page is right now we are working at 2, means total page number of pages we have, it's 2 only, and the data. So in 2, how many data? It's like it's starting from 7. All this is your first name, last name, email ID for that one, then second data, it containing email ID, first name. In this way we have got the response. Okay, any doubt till now? It's clear, Apsa? Apsa, it was your doubt. It's clear how to use get.
Probably Shai, she's not audible. Afsha,
Okay.
you can just put down in the comment box.
Yeah, if you
Yes.
have understand, make it okay. Otherwise, we will just go through again. Akil, Amir, any doubt? Iram, Sakil, Sabaz, any doubt? Samsad, any doubt till now?
No, Shahid.
Okay, it's clear from Apsa. Okay. So now we have seen how to do get. Okay. Let's perform. You are most welcome, Apsa. Okay. Now we will perform the next one. Okay, so get is completed. You know get. So get in the get, you don't need to send anything, correct? If I am not wrong, to get something we don't need to send anything. We are just sending the URL and it's done. Okay.
Yes.
Now suppose we want to post something. What do you want to do? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Can
Shai,
you?
go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will just adding a new request again. Okay. So my new request, again, we will be clicking on this 3 dot. We have add request. We will click here. Okay. So by default, the name will come new. So we can just change it. So now this time post underscore like we can give new user. Okay. Suppose you want to post or add. Okay. So it's better to give add new user. So it makes sense. Now using post, you will be adding one user where inside the database. Okay, you want to post something. Okay, so for post, again we will just go through here. So all these are the get. Okay, we can just all this we can perform accordingly. If you want to get the single user, we will just go through and you can just explore you can just use all these things to explore. So now let me just cover the get, post, all these things main method. So for post, what we do in the post? In post, what we do? So in post we create something. Okay, so for post we have the endpoint. See, again this is the endpoint. Okay, this is not the URL. Okay, URL means the whole with HTTP, the domain name, the path parameter, the query parameter, all this contains, then it become URI or the URL. This is the endpoint. Okay, and endpoint, and this is the response code that you will be getting once if it is okay, means if you are doing the correct thing, you will be getting the response as 201, and you will be seeing this thing. Okay, that the name, job, and id is created. See, and the created at the timing. Okay, you will be able to see all these things, and id will be every time different. It will not be the same id. Okay, because every time you create, the id is unique for every user. Correct till now? Anyone has any doubt why id
No,
will
sir.
be changing? Id will be changing every time. Like how many time you make a request, the id will be changing. For the same user also, the id will be changing, because it will create a unique user every time. Okay, so in this way you will be getting the response back from the server that the name, job, id of this particular is added and created at what time, date and time. Okay, and this is the body you need to send, because if you are posting, okay, suppose you are using Facebook. Okay, in Facebook we have a button post. When you want to post a video, when you want to post a photo, you need to add that photo, correct? Then only it will be like able to post that particular photo. Because if you want to post or if you want to create something, you need to add what you want to do, correct? Like if you want to wish someone on the Facebook, you also make a post and you write in the post happy birthday someone, correct, with the name. Then that particular post is created with happy birthday to that particular someone. So you need to send something, means you need to pass the value, you need to pass the body with that one, correct? What you want to do, whether you want to write the text in the post, whether you want to add a image, whether you want to add a video. So you want to add something in the body, then only that body will go to that particular server, correct? So this is the body you need to send, because now we are making a request to create a user. So what is the username? This is the username you will be sending in the JSON format, and what kind of job he is doing. Okay, now first let me copy this URL. So I have told you to copy this URL. You just need to copy this one, whole HTTP, Control C, and then we will move to the Postman. So what we are going to do, first we are going to add the URL. And what kind of request is this one? Hiram,
Post.
what kind of request is this one?
Post.
Post. So we will select the post one, and we have added the URL, not the endpoint. This is the URL. Endpoint was only whatever it was giving. Okay, the API and the users. Okay. And now one more thing, the most important thing for post, as I have told you, for post we need to pass something in the body, correct? Then only it will be storing something. If you want to add the like a registration of something, then you need to pass first name, last name, phone number, email ID, date of birth, all these things. Then only you click on submit button, then it is saved in the database, correct? Whenever you just register for some anywhere in the website, like even if you open make my trip, if you open like goibibo, everywhere you just make a registration first. For registration they ask like basic details, like what is your first name, last name, phone number, email ID, and then you click, then it create a database of your name, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so same way, you if you're making a post, means if you want to add yourself or if you want to add some user in the database or in the server, then you need to send something. What are the field you need to send? It will depend on the project. Okay, like if you are working for some other project where if you're working as a to register something, then they will provide you all the details. No worry about like what I am going to pass. Okay, all these details will be available from the development team or from the your team lead. You will be getting all the document, what type of request you need to perform, what will be the endpoint, what will be the proper URL, or what will be the body request, what kind of response you will be receiving. All these things, it will be in the details. No worry like how I will understand. It will be in the proper detailed manner they will be providing, or not even proper, even the partial manner, and you just need to work on it and just need to perform the things. So now you know, like we have this one. Are you able to see body? Everyone can see this body here.
Yes.
So this body is the payload. Okay, this body is only the payload where we will be adding our messages. Okay, so now once we click on the body, we have n number of things, none, form data, okay, all these things, but we will be using raw. Okay, once we click on the body, we will click on raw. Okay, once we click on raw, we have a drop down here. You can see this drop down has added. So in what way we are going to send the value, Akmal? In what way we are going to send the value?
JSON.
JSON. So in whatever the way, it might not be that everywhere you will be using JSON, but I know in like more than 95% we will be using JSON only. So we will be selecting not the text, not the JavaScript. We will be using only JSON. So we have selected JSON. Now we have to write that particular JSON. What we are going to pass, what we are going to pass as a body. Okay, when we are sending the request to the server to create a new user. So I have told you in the curly braces, every time JSON start with the curly braces and it's a key a value. So what was that? First name, and you have to give any name. So like I will be adding myself. Then we need to give comma. Then the next one was what? Job. Okay. Then we can add like automation. Oh, sorry. Then we will be adding my job like automation testing. Okay. So I have added these two fields, correct? Now you can click on save button. Okay, if you do any changes, every time click on save button, so that for your save. Okay, now you can just go to the details where we are seeing all the details. If you come here again for the post, we have used this endpoint. This is the body we are going to send. See the name exactly, we have to same. Okay, name and whatever the name you can give as per your requirement. Job. Okay, and now everything is done, correct? And we have saved. Now when we click on send, what will happen?
Sahid bhai,
Yeah,
you are telling that we have used endpoint, okay na? But in post we are using URL na.
yeah, here we have to write the URL. Endpoint is what? Like I am telling you again. Okay, endpoint is a locator. You are working like suppose you have a big house. Okay, suppose you have a big house which contain thousands of room, thousands of bathroom, kitchen, everything. You have a big house, big bungalow. Okay, now your bungalow name is like Akmal. Suppose your bungalow name is Akmal. Okay, but Akmal is common. Like you have different room 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 so on. You have bathroom 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 on. You have kitchen 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 on. You have hall 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 on hall. N number of bathroom, n number of everything. But the house name always remains same because the house name your father has given as Akmal. Correct.
Okay.
Now Akmal will be common every time, because if you want to move to room number 1, then also you will be needing Akmal house room number 1. If you want to move to room number 7, then also Akmal room number 7. If you want to move to room number 1000, then Akmal room number 1000. Are you able to understand? But Akmal remains the same because it is the host. Okay, it is the host. So in the same way, if you are working for a particular project like Flipkart will remain same every time. So they will only provide, because because the company know you are working for a particular project, that is Flipkart, correct?
Yes.
So host name will be remaining same. So the host name, or in the top they will write the host name is this one, and every time they will give you the endpoint only. Most of the time they will give you the endpoint because they know very well Flipkart will be the same and you will be moving to this particular module and all remain same. Means then they will give you the endpoint. You just need to add those endpoint with the Flipkart, the next endpoint with the Flipkart, then again the next endpoint with the Flipkart, because Flipkart you are working for that and it is a common one. So instead of writing several times flipkart.com, they just give the endpoint. That is the particular locator where you need to perform the action. Got my point?
Okay.
Any doubt till now? Like if you have any doubt, I can just explain it one more.
No.
Okay.
Solved.
Okay, so here what it was the URL we have given. Now we are making the post request. We have given the body because for creating something we need to pass. like what we want to create with what field. So these are the field, like it will contain the name and the job. Okay, we have given, and now we will click on send button. Okay, so once we click on send button, what will happen? Sabaz, what will happen if we click on send button? What will be the response we will be getting from the server, or what will happen at the server end? Yes, Sabah, can you just tell me what will happen at once we click on send button?
You
Tariq?
will get a response called at 201.
Okay, correct. So Atif has raised your hand. Okay, Atif, tell me.
The user will be created successfully. And
Correct.
whatever details we have added, it will
Yeah,
be reflected.
correct. So once
Basically,
we,
using post command,
yeah,
so it will create new record, I think.
correct. So as we are using the post to create a new user, it will create a new user. We will get the response from the server, that is the response code. So let me click here. Are you able to see? First, what we will go for? First, the status. Status is very important. So status will only tell like whether we have successful or unsuccessful at this moment. So we are successful because in the details what it was, we will be getting response code as 201, and you can see 201 created. Correct? So once we have done with this validation, we can move to the next one. So the name what I have given, Sahid. The job is automation testing, and the ID you can see it's 564 and created at the date and time. Okay, so this is the response we have got from the server, that 201 it is like created, and this is the ID. Okay, so we will be using this ID further. Okay, suppose if you don't get the ID and if you want to make some changes, like today I am a automation test engineer. It might be in after 2 months or in after 1 year I might be the senior software test engineer. Okay, or I might be a lead. Then by the ID only we can update something. Correct? If you want to update something, we will be needing that particular ID. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Without that particular ID, like when you book something, suppose you are going for a holiday and you book your room. Okay, when you book your room from GoIBibo or somewhere like Make My Trip, you get a booking ID. Correct? Why you get a booking ID? Because there are n number of booking are going on. How they will identify which booking ID? Because you have done a booking like 1 month ago. Okay, but now your plan is being changed. Now you're not going to travel, you want to change, like you are going to update the date. You don't want to stay for that particular like date, you want to just update. So what you can do, you just call the GoIBibo or search using call that and give the ID, like this is the ID, booking ID. Can you just update, like I was going to travel like 10th of January, now I will be traveling like around 5th January. So can you just update my date? So you don't give your name, because name it might be n number of Iram may be available in the booking, n number of Sahid may be available. So we provide a unique ID, okay, to identify that particular person with that unique ID. Okay, so now 564 is my unique ID. Okay, every time this is my unique ID. Okay, now suppose I want to do again a post request. Okay, I want to again do a post request, and this time the name will be Shahid Aftab. Okay, and this time the job also change. Okay, so what I am going to do again, this thing again, what I am going to do, I am going to Okay, can someone note this one 564 and type it in the group 546, because we will be using this ID 564 ID. Okay. So now what we are going to do, again we are going to create a new user or create a new user at the server or in the database. So now this time the name will be like, change the name as Aftab. Okay, and job is also changed. Okay, so what we are going to do, so we are going to again create. So now when we will click again, because I want to add again, so the URL remains the same, the post method remains the same. Okay, everything remains the same, just I have given the new name and the job. So once we click again, can you just see again, you can see the status what we get, 201. Status means created. Okay, 201. And now the name is changed to Aftab, means not it is changed, a new name is Aftab. The job is also testing, and the ID you get is this time is 27. Okay, now the ID is 27. Fine. Any doubt till now? Anyone? Yeah, Atif, you raise your hand. Yeah, Atif, tell me. Any doubt?
Side by ID is created automatically. We cannot change it.
No, ID is created automatically. It is like, it is all these things are done by the development team. Okay, this is not our thing. We are going to test. We are going to only test. We are not going to see like what are the things going at the development team. Development team has created that ID will be generated randomly. So we will getting an ID for that particular record, because to identify that, uniquely identify that record, how you will be uniquely identified in Rigrotech, how you are going to identify it. Might be that in Rigrotech 3 Atifs are available, correct? It might be 3 Atifs are available. How I will identify you? Then we give Rigrotech ID. You have your Rigrotech ID, correct?
Yes.
Which is unique. If we have thousands of students also, and 5 Atif also with the same name Atif Iqbal, even though with the unique ID, because it will be unique for you. Once we enter those unique ID, okay, of Rigrotech, I will be getting your record only, not other Atif. If we have 5 Atif also, we will getting your only, your name, your fee date, your how much payment is done, what kind of course you have selected, and which batch you belongs to. Each and everything I will be getting your one, correct?
Yes, I means with every new
Okay,
request change, the ID will create it.
Yeah, every time the ID will create it. Otherwise, how we will just, if you want to update those particular record, new record, whatever created, how you will not write Sahid. It might give like n number of Sahid. Now you will be confused which Sahid I want to update. Or if you want to delete, suppose like I want to delete Sahid, I have created 4 Sahid and I want to delete any one of the Sahid. Like, then how, which Sahid you want to delete? You will be now getting every time four Sahid in the record. But if you will give a ID, so it will give a means particular Sahid. Okay, like it was 564. Okay, it means Sahid Aftab, or like job is automation testing. I want to delete that particular ID. Correct? Any doubt till now? Shall we move forward with the put?
We can move forward.
Yusuf, I think there is one guest also. I am not able to see the name guest user. Shall we move forward? Any doubt till now? Saf, Akib, just tell me.
No doubt, sir. No doubt.
No
Okay.
doubt.
Okay, fine, great. Okay, so now what we are going to do next, that is again a new request. Now this time what we are going to do, we are going to update the user. Okay, like put underscore update user. Okay, to update user, what kind of request we are going to use? Anyone? What kind of HTTP request? Put. We can use patch also, but we will be using patch afterwards. Right now we will be using put, because in most of the cases put is the priority one. Means with the put you can use everywhere. Okay, so we will be using put. Okay, now we need to enter the URL. Okay, so again we will be going to see the, means these are the, you can just suppose that these are the document given by the development team. Okay, in this way you can just feel like. Okay, so when we see this was the post, now we have a put means to update. Okay, so what will be the request type? So this is the endpoint. Again I am mentioning, every time I am mentioning like how endpoint will look like. Okay, don't forget endpoint. These are the vital question you will be receiving during the interview. Endpoint, URL, URI, URN, payload, all this term you will be using. Collection, request. Okay, response code. Okay, we will discuss all these things again. So this is the request. So what will be the request type here? So it is giving this one. So let me just copy with whole HTTP. Okay, and don't forget to miss HTTP, because I have told you requeue.in is the common every time. This is the reason why they are giving the endpoint only. So we will copy this one. We'll move to here, enter this one. Okay, so 2 means what? 2 means what? ID. Okay, user ID. User we are reaching till user. Okay, we are reaching to user and then we are giving up ID. So 2 was the ID, correct? 2 was the ID. How I can say this 2 was the ID? Okay, if we write 2 here, and instead of put, let me perform first get. Okay, instead of put, let me perform first get. Now tell me what it will give. Get what it do? Anyone? Get what it do? It will fetch the data from the server of ID number 2 only, not the whole list. It will only give the ID number 2. If ID number 2 is present in the server, it will give the details of that particular ID number 2 person. Let me click. Are you able to see? We got the response back. It means ID 2 was available. Now can you just see? We got only the data. We don't get the page number, row per page, because this URL means that we will move to user. Till user we will move. But I want, because like suppose we are moving to Regrotech. Okay, we are moving to Regrotech, but we are searching for particular Regrotech person. Suppose Sarik. So we will just put the Sarik ID. If you want to search for Sabaz, then we will give Sabaz ID. Okay, in this way it means. Okay, so now we have given ID as 2, so we will get only the details regarding ID number 2, that is the first name, last name, email ID. Okay, now you cannot see anything. What is the page number, what is the per page, total number of record, and all these things, because we have wanted to reach to a particular person. Correct? Understand?
Yes.
Now the same thing, now we have, you know that 2 is this one. So if we change again to, okay, suppose let me do this one as, now can you just tell me my first ID was what? 564.
564.
Correct? What should I get right now if I use this ID?
You will get your name and your job.
Shahid, आपका automation engineer.
Testing.
Shahid and
Automation testing.
automation.
It is not available. It is not available. As because these are the fake APIs. Okay, these are the fake APIs. It will remain for that purpose of time. So this is the reason they have given us that they have created all these things. If you just come here, if you move here, okay, it was just created for that mean of time. Okay, now they have created their own APIs which contain only 12 number of records every time, okay, for testing purpose. So we can use 2, we can use 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, okay. In this way we can use, okay. Any doubt like why it gets like blank? It was just because all these are the fake APIs. They have given their own APIs, so we can perform using that particular own APIs only, okay.
Yeah, but in the industry, when we are working on the real
Yeah,
environment, so when we actually supply our own ID, the data will be visible, right?
correct. In industry, we whatever the ID will be, our ID, it will be there. There are some APIs. We will just, when we move further, I have got some more other website where we will be able to see all these things that the ID will be stored also. Okay, for that we need to make authentication and Gmail collection. Okay, so we will just, when we will start more like in details how the chaining and all running collection at once go, we will be able to see all these things. So right now we cannot use this one, okay, but for the meanwhile till that time we can use. After that it will get vanished. 27 was also there, correct? Let me check whether it is available till now or not. It is also vanished. But when we give 2, or suppose we give 3, okay, 3, we are able to see the data, correct? Are we able to see for 3? Because in total number of record, if for this particular fake API is created 12,
12.
correct? So in between 12, if we give the ID, we will be able to see. Suppose if we give 7, you will be able to see 7 if it is available, okay. Now, so if you want to perform put, so what we are going to do, we will click, so we will copy this one, okay. We will just copy this one. So we have copied the URL. Now in put also, I have told you we need to pass the body. Why we need to pass the body? Because if you want to update something, we should know what we want to update, what value. I have told you about the field, okay, the name, the job. These two fields are mandatory here, correct? These two fields are mandatory. So if you copy this one, Control C, and as we want to update something, okay, so as we want to update something, so here what I will do, here I will select put. As we want to update, we have given the URI, the body we have to give. Why we have to give the body? Tell me, why we have to give the body?
To update
Because we want to update something.
These to all the
a
fields.
particular user.
Yeah, because we want to update something. So what field you want to update? What field? Because like the first name, job, last name, there might be the, like if you book for some particular date, you want to change the date. So what you want to update from what? Like if you want like your email ID, you have changed your phone number. So if you want to update all these things, you just need to pass that value. For that reason, put will be also required a body. Okay, this is the request body. So we click on the body, we click on raw, then we select JSON because we are using the JSON format. Control V. Okay, now suppose we update the name as again regrow. Okay, and here we give like, okay, now fine, we will save it. Now this should get updated, correct? Correct. You have seen that at 2 we will be getting some other name, okay, that is I think Jannat and all. Now if you will be updating this, you will be able to see it will be changing and you will be getting a response, okay. So again you have got the response as 200, and you can see Now that particular ID number 2 has been updated. It is also done for the time being, I'm telling you. Okay, so now you have updated the ID 2 with regrow, teaching, and all these things. Okay, and you can see the time and all. Okay, accordingly what it was, if we use get, we are getting this one, the first name and all these things, but these are the different URI for this one, and this is the different URI for this one, the first name and the last name. Okay, now tell me what other operation we are left with. Any doubt till now?
Catch and delete.
Shahid bhai,
Yeah,
status code is different for every other operations, or it will be
yeah,
same for?
yeah, we will be having different status code. Like it is fixed. If you are creating something, you will get 201. If it is successful, means if it is the whatever you have got the response, you are using get, and to fetch the data, then it will give 200. Okay, if you have deleted something, okay, and it does not found anything, okay, means if you're deleting something, the field will, the data will be blank, or the record will be blank for that particular ID, correct?
Correct.
So it will give 204. Okay, so these are the status code you will be
But in get we see that status code is 200, and in the post we also see that status code is 200.
yeah, correct.
So you said that every other operation the status code is different.
Not for, it is not, it is different for the, like it is not different for the HTTP request. It is not different for the HTTP request. The status code be different for the different actions. Okay, if you get something, like if you are searching for something and which is not available at server, then the status code will be different. If you are performing something, okay, like suppose if you are trying to update, suppose this one, now you are going now you are using a put, okay, you are using a put to update to record. Okay, okay, I am making a change till here. Okay, now we save it. Okay, suppose,
Shahid, the
yeah,
status code 200 means the request, whatever we sending, that is successfully completed. And
correct.
201 we use when means we are sending the request and it has created successfully.
Yeah,
Then
we
the
will
status
move.
code will be
Yeah, we will be
001.
just, I will be just telling you after this delete operation, I will be just sharing the status code. Now just let me, I'm just copying this one and deleting this one. Now tell me, Sharik, it was your question, so just tell me what we are doing right now. We are using put, means
Put
we are updating what particular
user
to
2.
to record, correct? Correct.
Yes.
But by mistake, suppose by mistake you forget to add the body, because you will be needing body to update for making update, correct? Because what update, what field you want to update, so you need to pass the body, that is the request body. But suppose you forget to pass the request body, okay, and you directly click on send button, whether the response will be the same.
No, it's show the error.
See,
But it shows
nothing,
status.
nothing, it just updated what, nothing is updated, nothing is updated, it just goes on. Okay, nothing is updated, it, the data remains the same, you didn't pass anything, the data remains the same. In the same way, when you do all this type of things, like you by mistake you miss something, you are using JSON format, okay, but you are sending the value as text. Okay, suppose you are sending the value as text. There are different conditions, you will get 200, you will get related to 300, you will get related to 400 here. We will just go through. See what you have got this time. What you have done, you have selected the body, but that time you didn't pass anything, so the record remains the same. It is said that it is updated with the same thing only. But right now what you have done, you have selected the raw you have selected the JSON format, but you have given normal text file format, correct? So what kind of status code you got? 400, bad request. Means we didn't understand, means the request was not completed or not proper, it is a bad request. Okay, so in the same way I will just discuss once it is done. Okay, let me complete the delete part, then we will just go forward. Okay, till now any doubt, like how we are getting the value, how we are posting the value, how we are using the put to update that particular value? Any doubt?
No.
Okay, so we are left with the delete. If you see here, delete. So delete also they have given this one. Okay, so in delete, what is the endpoint? It is also the same. The endpoint remains the same because you want to delete a particular ID. So you need to mention the ID. What? Because you don't want to delete the whole user, means the whole Regrotech database. You want to delete like Sarik. Now Sarik has completed his course. Now he is no more with the Regrotech. Okay, he got placed, everything is done. So what we can do for like our storage, okay, to let's manage the storage. So what we can do, we can delete Sarik ID from that. So we need to give that particular Sarik ID. So in this way, again, if you copy this one, Control C, okay, sorry, Control A, Control C. I am telling you again, we need to copy with HTTP, okay, whole. Don't only paste the endpoint, because it is saying URL, and URL means it will contain the HTTP. So again we will create a new request. Okay, and this time we will give the request name as delete user. Okay, delete user. Then what kind of HTTP request? This time we will select delete, and here what we will pass? The URL. So I want to go to the user, and 2 number URL I want to delete. Okay, and we will just save. Do we need to send any body here? Do we need to send any body here?
No.
No, sir.
No, because we are not giving any like post something, or we are not updating the value. We are just want to delete, and even we are giving the ID here only in the URL, that go and delete this ID. Okay, so nothing, we are going here, and we will just click on send. So again, when if it is available and it is able to delete, we will get a response code, that is the status code, and the response body. Are you able to see? The response code is 204. No content, means nothing is there now. And you can see in the this body is blank. You can see this is the body. It is highlighting the body, and body is blank. Body is nothing. Body is containing nothing. And if you go this here and to the delete, if you want to see the what is the details, see the request and the response you will be getting as 204 what we have got. And you can see in this body there is nothing, it's blank. Any doubt? Any doubt? If you want to delete 7, you can delete user number 7 as well, because 7 is also there for this API. Okay, I am telling you for this API because whatever it is, the fake API is created for that particular website only we can use. Okay, so if you delete this one, if it is available, we will be giving the same thing. Okay, 7 is deleted, and this one. Any doubt till now how we are getting post, put, and deleting the records?
शाहिद भाई,
या
भाई वो रिस्पॉन्स कोड जो है गेट वो सेम ही रहेगा ना, मतलब डिलीट के लिए 2 और 4, गेट के लिए वो सेम रहेगा?
करेक्ट, वो सब के लिए सेम रहेगा। ये ऑलरेडी एक मतलब कोड सेट किया हुआ है, ठीक है, तो वो कोड सेट किया हुआ है, तो जब गेट होगा, अगर गेट का मैसेज सक्सेसफुल हो जाएगा तो हम लोग को वहां पे 200 मिलेगा। अगर हम लोग का जो सक्सेसफुल मैसेज है, ठीक है, वो सक्सेसफुल का अलग मैसेज है, क्लाइंट का, अगर क्लाइंट के साइड से जो क्लाइंट मान लो हम लोग हैं, या जो अभी हम लोग कर रहे हैं, जो भी परफॉर्म हम ऐसा रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं जो कि प्रॉपर नहीं है, जो भी हम दिखाएं कि तुम जेसन में डालना था लेकिन हम डाल रहे हैं टेक्स्ट में, तो वो मेरा गलती है, तो वो क्लाइंट का एक तुमको रिस्पॉन्स कोड मिलेगा, क्लाइंट का मतलब जो गलत आया है क्लाइंट की तरफ से, गलत एरर कोड। फिर हो सकता है कुछ ऐसा तुम सर्च कर रहे हो जो सर्वर में अवेलेबल ही नहीं है, ठीक है, तुम मान लो काम कर रहे हो रिग्रोटेक के लिए, ठीक है, रिग्रोटेक का तुम डेटाबेस से तुम सारिक को फेच करना चाह रहे हो, ठीक है, या सारिक को डिलीट करना चाह रहे हो, लेकिन तुम क्या कर दिए, अपने कॉलेज का डेटाबेस का तुम पास कर रहे हो यूआरएल, ठीक है, तो वो क्या काम नहीं करेगा वहां पे, क्योंकि तुम चाहते थे कुछ और, कर रहे हो कुछ और, ठीक है, तो वो क्या होगा, अलग अलग तरह का तुमको सिनेरियो जब आएगा तो तुम अलग अलग तरह का ये मैसेज, अब मान लो सर्वर मान लो कि रिग्रोटेक का सर्वर कुछ टाइम के लिए डाउन है, वो मेंटेनेंस में गया है, अब तुम क्या कर रहे हो, तुम सब कुछ सही पास कर रहे हो, तुम ए टू जेड सब कुछ सही से तुम अपना भेज रहे हो, इवन दो, तो तुम्हारा क्या हो रहा है, एक रिस्पॉन्स कोड मिल गया 500, ठीक है, तो 500 क्यों मिला, क्योंकि वो सर्वर के तरफ से है। तो अभी हम बस एक एक इसके बाद ही हम तुम्हें सेंड करेंगे कि क्या क्या होता है। तो ये क्या हो रहा है कि वो फिक्स है कि क्या क्या रिस्पॉन्स कोड कब मिलेगा, अगर ये सिनेरियो होगा तो क्या मिलेगा, ये सिनेरियो होगा तो क्या मिलेगा, ये सिनेरियो होगा तो क्या मिलेगा, ठीक है, तो जब सक्सेसफुल होगा तो 200 से रिलेटेड मिलेगा। मार्क दिस पॉइंट, जब भी हम कोई भी काम करेंगे और हमारा जो क्लाइंट और सर्वर के बीच में सब कुछ सक्सेसफुल होगा तो 200 से रिलेटेड कोड मिलेगा, सक्सेसफुल होगा तो 200 से रिलेटेड कोड मिलेगा, मींस वी विल बी गेटिंग successful, if you are getting something successful, all the code related to 200 like 200, 201, 202, 203, 204 we will be getting. Okay, this means all these things are belonging to successful. If we are getting 400 means related to 400, then it means it's a client error, means you are doing something wrong at your end, you are trying to pass something which is like you are using you want to send text file but you are sending a video, instead of text file you are sending a video, so it is your like you are doing something wrong, then it will give related to client error, all like 400, 401, 402, if you see all this type of response, then it means you are doing something wrong, means from the client side we are getting some kind of error. Okay, when like suppose the server is down and you are trying to fetch something and your client is doing correct, means you are giving every input is correct, but even though you are getting, you are not able to fetch something from the server, then it will be a server error. So once you are getting server error, it means you will be getting 500 related status code, that is 500, 501, 502, 503, and all this code means have a special meaning. Okay, so I will be just sharing right now. So now tell me till now whatever the request we have performed, because this is the basic request we are going to perform, and now from next day we are going to validate the things. Okay, so now can you just let me know like it is clear and up to the mark till here?
Shahid, all clear. Just one thing I want to
Yeah.
ask. Suppose we have our genuine ID and
Okay.
we are passing the URL with the delete command.
Correct.
So will it display the deleted thing which we
No,
deleted, or it will be blank only?
yeah, it will be
In the
blank, but
body
it will totally depend like how the development has written the code. Okay, so if the development has written in that way that you will not be able to see anything, like in here you will be not able to see anything, you will get a response code that is 204. Okay, if it is deleted means no content, and you will not be able to see anything, and it might be in some of the cases you will be able to see only the curly braces of the JSON, which means also it is not containing anything, only the curly braces you can see. Okay,
Like we saw when Shahid was trying to fetch his ID, that is 456 that he had already created. When he
yeah,
was trying to get that, so the status code at that time was 404. Yeah, Shahid, if you can just go there and just
yeah,
revisit that thing. Yeah. So if you just try to actually instead of deleting Shahid, yeah, don't use the delete one. Yeah, use yeah. get. So when you just try to see this, so the
Yeah.
status code, if you see, that is 404 not found, right? So anything that is not present, as Shahid mentioned, will come under the 400 series. For 500 series, we have something that will be related to the server. Suppose server is not responding or the server is down. So those errors will be there. And for status code, which are in the series 200, they basically tell you that the action has been performed successfully. It could be
Yeah.
201, 200, or 204, or any kind of any of those series. Okay. And can you just go back, Shahid?
Yeah, sure.
And here also, if you see, Iram, like as Shahid has mentioned, so here you see only the empty curly braces, right? In the body of, you see, it is empty
Yes.
curly braces, that is not returning anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, any doubt till now? Just like we have covered, I'm just going through the topic we have covered because we are left with only 4 or 5 minutes. So what we have covered till here, like we have covered what is Postman, okay, what is the workspace, how we will create, how we will delete, okay, okay. Can you just see in the slide? Workspace, I have told you we will maintain file and save it. All the tasks or the script we will be storing. Then we have collection. Okay, if you just see here, what is collection? So collection is n number of folder or HTTP request. We can create n number of collection also inside a workspace. I have told you we can create number of, because if we have different module, we will creating the number of collection. Now we have how to create, how to like we have done rename, export, delete, all these things we can perform. Okay, now we have request and response. We have seen the messages like whenever like required. When we are using get, we don't need to pass any body, means the request body we don't need to pass. It will be in the response body, whatever the data we will see. But when you are using post, we need to pass the request body, like is the message, like what are the field you are going to enter to create the user. Okay, and this is the response request and response body. Okay, then uh, this is the test case demo. Like here we will be like in this, like the manual testing we do in the same way we need to create our this one test cases, like how it will be. So the test cases, I have told you all the things, the details you will be getting from the development team. You need to create your own test cases. Okay, so you can create in the Excel sheet, you can create if you are using Jira. So if someone is you're not aware of Jira, it is just a tool, okay, where we write all the things. Okay, what are we are going to do, what are we are going to perform, all these things, like the tasks we are going to perform. So here you can see in the same way ID, that is ID number we have to give, type of request. Are you able to see it properly? The request type is get, post, so on, whatever we will be having, like delete, put, patch. So we will be giving the what kind of request we are using, the URL or the URI. Okay, we can directly write the URL, or we can write the, we can add one point also here. It is just I have made to make you understand how the test case look like. You can also add, instead of URI or URL, you can get only the endpoint, because you will be knowing the for what particular project or for what particular application you are working, so you know the host name. So you might be having only the endpoint. And this is the request body. If you are using get, the request body will be NA, means you are not going to send anything, correct? And in the response body, what you will be returning when you are using page 2, means list of all the user present in page 2, correct? If you are using a get request and we are giving this URL page 2, it means we will be able to see return list of user present in page 2, and the status code will be 200, correct? So in this way we need to prepare our test cases.
Shahid,
Yeah,
Shahid bhai,
yeah,
in TC 102, request type is post and URL, there is URL and URI. And if in the body uh, we will not write anything, NA, it will be, then the status code would be 40 something, na?
yeah, it will be something. If you are making request, if it, I am telling you, I will just go through. Okay, I will just go through, let me complete this. I will just sharing just after 2 slide only, we have this one. Okay,
Okay.
so again the post we have we will be giving the URL, or it might be the endpoint. I am telling you, every time you not may get the URL directly, you will getting the endpoint, and you need to convert that endpoint by adding the HTTP and the host name. Okay. Then you need to pass the body this time, because you're doing a post. Post means you are posting something, you are adding something. So it might be a file, it might be a image, it might be a video. So in that time you need to send it in the JSON format, because we are using a data. So we are sending in JSON format. We need to give like what are the things we need to pass, like name, job, and what it will be the in the response body. It will relate info related to created user. It will give the all the details related to new user created, and what kind of status code we will get, 201. Okay, in this way we will be having patch, we will be having put, so on. Correct. So in this way we can create the test demo, test cases. Now we have gone through, today we have gone through how to make get request, port request, put and delete. Correct.
Yes.
We have covered all these things. Any doubt in this?
No.
Okay, now the last one, which I was telling you. So we have HTTP status code. So label 200, I have told you, if you want to write it somewhere or note it down, for 200 means successful. If you are performing anything which is successful, all the response related to 200 you will be getting. Okay, 200 means success. If you see anything code like 201, 202, 200, 203, okay, it's all about success only. It's all about success only. Whether you are making the success in a proper manner, whether you are making a success in a wrong manner. Means success means success. If you are whatever, it is a negative testing or a positive testing. If you are getting 200, it will be a success for you. Whether the test you are going to perform is a negative test case or a positive. Okay, so 200 means okay when you are getting the value in a get method. 200 means created, 202 is accepted. All these things we will be seeing once we are performing the action as per what we are doing. Okay, it might be accepted, we can see anywhere when we perform that type of thing. So this is a thing you need to explore. Okay, you can just search like how we will get 202, when we will get 202 accepted. Okay, 203 when we will get, 204 when we will get. You just need to explore and make a note of it. Okay, because it is not possible to show you all this status code, because for that we need a real API, working real API, and in the net all these APIs are not available. Okay, even if it is available, they are like they need some charges and all. So it's better you just go through, just Google it, like when we will be able to see 202. So they will be able to answer you in a very simple way. Okay, and rest, what are the important thing we are able to see, that is 200, 201, 202, 204 also we have seen when there is nothing. Okay, then we have label 400. 400 is related to client error. I am telling you, make it down. Client error. When you are having a client error, means client is doing something wrong. Okay, I have given you example that your format is supported that JSON, and you are trying to send some other file like XML file, text file, then you will be getting all this thing, all this type of error. Okay, it might be like you have not connected the internet, your web service required internet. Correct. You are working for Flipkart, and Flipkart URL required, or Flipkart a web service required internet, and without internet you are trying to make request. What will happen? What we get? Without internet, anyone can try, close the internet, the Wi-Fi and the data, and try to search something online like Flipkart, Facebook, anything which require internet. You will be seeing this 400 related. It might be 404 or 401, any kind of 400, any kind of request related to 400 you will be seeing. Okay, so it is all about client error, means when you are doing something wrong at your end. I have given you two examples. It might be you are you need required internet and you are working without internet, you will be getting related to 400. It might be you are trying to send file in JSON format, but you are sending some file in other format. Okay, it might be one more example, one real example. We have authentication somewhere. If you want, like we have OTP authentication, correct? When we log into some of the website, we have login authentication. Okay, so it required a user ID, it required user ID password with a authentication also. Means there is a separate unique code. And suppose you are only you are entering for that particular website, you are only entering the user ID and password, but you are not giving the authentication, that is the token. Okay, so that time also it's your fault. It's the fault of what? Client. So you will be also getting 401 unauthorized. Okay, means you are not authorized person. You need to enter and you are forgetting to enter the token ID for that particular user ID password, that is a unique one. Okay, all this type of thing you will be able to see. Then we have 500. In 500, what we can see, 500 is all about server error. Make the point, note it, that 500, when you will see related to 500, it means all the error from the server side. 400 means the server from client side. 200 means all the successful message. Okay, means the things are getting success, and we have different sub module on it, like okay, created, accepted, all these things. And in the 400, it is all about client error, if we are making some mistake like from the client end. And 500 is totally like server error. You can see internal server error, bad request. If you are requesting something which is not available on that particular, then you will get a bad request. Network timeout, like suppose there is some issue, there is an issue in your network, like your network is too slow, it is not able to connect. Internet is available, but your network is too slow, which is not able to connect with that server, or server is down, then you will get gateway timeout. Okay, server is down, then you will get gateway timeout. There are lots of things you will be able to see. Server unavailable, if the server is totally down, like sometime we have server issue with WhatsApp, with Facebook, all these things. Then when you're trying to give, you will be able to see all this type of thing. Like if you're able to see any code related to 500, it means we are getting the error from the server. And these are the different type of things can be then, like internal server error, get bad request, server unavailable, network timeout, gateway timeout, all these things. Okay, so these are the important status code you need to remember. In interview, they can just use like, can you just tell me 400 belongs to which one? So you will be telling, okay, 400 belongs to client error. So they might ask, can you just name some of the things you have received while working in API testing? So you might just recall at least 2 or 3, like we got 400 bad requests. Then they can raise question like, when you got this type of. So kindly explore these things. Okay, only we have this much, the most important status code. Okay,
Yes. Okay.
any doubt till now? I think we are running out of time. It's more than 8 minutes.
I think Shahid, we are good with this, and since we have already over
All the time.
we have over timed it, so let's not move further anymore. And yeah, thank you so much for all the information, and it was a lovely session.